oreilles partout, tout chaud. Il a des oreilles partout, tout chaud.
I'm gonna take I'll be right back. Hold down the fort.
Is he gonna drink the water from the park?
No. I have a feeling he's gonna pee.
Peace. I just thought la même chose. Je pensais la même chose.
Yeah.
Parce que moi, en fait, je suis très content de pratiquer mon français. J'ai oublié tout.
Non, c'est très bien.
Non.
Ça va très bien.
Alors, le 20e, c'est très chinois là-bas, non?
C'est très chinois. Ouais, c'est.
Gentrification.
Mais c'est un peu mieux maintenant. Avant, c'était pire, mais
Maintenant,
ça commence à devenir un peu mieux.
hein, Aubervilliers, tu connais aussi, non?
Non.
Aubervilliers?
Non, c'est.
Au-delà du périphérique.
Non, c'est encore dans pas. Enfin,
Un petit peu à gauche. Mais au-delà du périphérique, non?
C'est à côté du périphérique.
Oui, c'est un petit peu. Voilà.
Là, mes grands-parents, ils ont habité là-bas pendant très longtemps.
Des grands-parents
Mes
là-bas?
grands-parents,
Ah ouais?
enfin, dans le 20e, parce qu'ils avaient un grand appartement là-bas depuis longtemps, 40 ans.
Ah ouais? Et ils ont des grands-parents. Et ils l'ont perdu ou ils sont décédés?
Ils viennent de le vendre.
Ah, viennent le vendre? Ah ouais.
Ce mois-ci, ils l'ont vendu.
Ah ouais?
Et maintenant, ils habitent au sud, en Provence.
Oh, ok, right.
Ouais.
Et on a assez de Paris, non? De la grande ville, non?
Ils en avaient marre, ils ne voulaient pas garder les deux. On avait
La campagne.
ils sont allés en campagne.
Pour
C'est
qu'il
mieux
y a,
là-bas, c'est beau.
pour que les talents viennent. Et qui l'a acheté, les Français ou des Africains? Ou
Les Français.
des Français, carrément.
Français.
Parce que, tu vois, il y a beaucoup d'argent aussi de l'Afrique, non? Tu te rends compte, hein?
Oui.
Des colonies, non? On appelle.
Il y en a beaucoup. Mais c'est des Français.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait, eux?
De qui les grands-parents?
Oui.
De la publicité.
Oh, petit don.
Enfin, dans le temps. Enfin,
Dans le temps.
Ouais, c'est maintenant, mais.
Publicité.
Ils avaient une agence.
Une agence même.
Ouais.
De la pub. C'était carrément, ils ont commencé dans les années 70, non? Un petit peu gauchien, non? Un petit peu quand même.
Oui.
Parce que toi, t'as bien réussi d'être un petit peu hippie, non? Quand même, d'aller.
Moi, oui, mais eux, non.
Eux, ils ont boulot, toujours boulot.
Ouais.
Ah, des parents, parce qu'on a sauté une génération, non? On a sauté une génération.
Ouais, mes parents non plus, ils sont pas.
Ils sont encore bourgeois ou
Un petit peu.
un petit peu quand même. Alors ça veut dire que comment ils peuvent, dans les cases d'urgence, ils pourraient te remplir les cartes de crédit, non? Simplement s'il y a problème, non?
Oui, c'est ça. C'est ça.
C'est pour ça la bonne éducation. Moi j'ai étudié la clarinette, believe it or not. Et voilà. Mais j'ai oublié tout, hein, parce que j'ai choisi quand même un petit peu la philosophie et l'histoire. Et tout le reste, la littérature française, en particulier. Je me suis intégré dans un programme ça s'appelle Wouldn, là-bas, tu vois, École normale supérieure des arts décoratifs, mais je me suis trouvé plus chez Umberto Eco, les grands penseurs encore de l'époque, pour Dieu, tu connais pour Dieu, et tu connais aussi Adorno, mais Adorno il est mort. Adorno, tu as entendu dire Adorno, il a écrit la philosophie de la musique. Et Bergson, alors il était mort bien sûr, et Foucault mort, mais par exemple, Palais-Bar était là. Palais-Bar, tu connais? Palais-Bar, c'était un de ces ces philosophes tu sais, de l'intérieur, disaient qu'il faut critiquer Althusser, par exemple, aussi un grand école normalien. Mais bon, Althusser, il étranglé sa femme, c'est vrai. Mais il a écrit un livre qui s'appelle Le futur commence maintenant, parce qu'il était un protégé de Sartre et Camus, Simone de Beauvoir. Tu connais le deuxième sexe, quand même. Deuxième sexe, depuis longtemps, que je suis enfant, déjà étudié ça. Puis même Vienne, toi, philosophie, psychanalyse, toute ma vie. Tu connais la psychologie. On t'a envoyé là-bas aussi, chez les thérapeutes. Simplement, d'études de musique, parce qu'en fait, c'est presque la même chose, non? Mes grands-pères, ils ont aussi fait. Ils ont même font les instruments. Ils ont même font. Tu sais, tu ajoutes un violon, tu ajoutes une autre chose, mais on fait ça avec la guitare aussi. Toute la famille, toujours un petit peu. Même mon père, il était directeur de concert quand même, violon, plus d'autres choses.
Huh?
It's my company in the first place. I come off. It's my company each week. That's what it is. It's like, oh my God. Too much offer. Totally.
That might just wrap it up. I don't know. We'll see.
Very beautiful. Continue. I liked also the voices from the back.
No.
Well,
It's a little distracting.
it depends.
It's a little
Let me just
distracting.
tell you, that is not where you want to be. You do not want to get there. That's just,
But
that is not the fucking place you want to be. Sweet holy Jesus, man.
but tell me where the line is. You see what I mean? Where's really the line?
The line? You know, there better be a fucking line. There better be a fucking line. Yeah. As in, even the faintest grasp of reality is superior to absolutely none. And, you know, as a human being, we all have to flirt with that on some level. To some extent, we all have to flirt with it. You just don't want to get stuck there. You just don't want to get stuck there.
Don't make him crazier.
Oh, I don't think...
He will burn your instrument.
Oh, I'm prepared. Believe me, I'm prepared. I come prepared. Yes.
Did you ever get attacked by people? The police?
Thankfully not. No.
No.
The police aren't even around. The
I know.
COVID it stopped.
Yeah, it stopped. But before,
It's unfortunate because people bring, you've seen the dance groups?
Yeah,
Really loud.
I know.
Like, let's turn Central Park into a club, you know?
With
That's-
the lamp and
The lamps. Actually, you would have loved to see it because earlier there's a battle going on.
oh yeah,
And
between those and the ones with
because-
the jukebox.
yeah,
No?
it's like if they went and they played at a reasonable volume, they
Right.
could dance, and then
Right.
me and my other musician friends, we could play in here, no problem.
I know,
But they almost make it impossible for us to play. So
I know, but
I've been going to this one group. And last night I went to them, and the guy was just, I was like trying to talk to him reasonably. He was like, "Meh," totally rejecting me. I'm not even going to talk to you, scum. I'm not even going to talk to you. And so last night I just had to play loud. Then today, earlier, fortunately they left, but I went out and made a scene. You would have loved it. She loves to see me wig
I know.
out.
She's an
Just-
opera singer, of course. Is there anything
I guess.
better than drama?
The drama.
The drama.
Oh,
the
it was drama.
You know,
No,
for,
really.
For
I was,
somebody.
I was yelling as loud as I could. Because I went over there and I wanted to just speak, you know, like turn it down, continue to dance.
It was
And then
louder
I'll
there?
play and everything will be great. But he wouldn't listen. It was loud.
It's the same dude from yesterday.
Oh, it's the same dude.
They are sometimes they were more up, and then now they kind of
They're taking this
discovered.
fountain area.
They-
It's so fucked up.
Yeah, particularly on Wednesdays, they seem to come here, and they bring everybody with them. But then the tango clubs also on the rather annoying side. At
Yeah.
least depending, you know, who's coming down here.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So I went over there and I was like, I thought of a rationale. Because he's just talking bullshit. And I thought of a rationale. I'm like, look, I'm not asking you to sacrifice anything. I'm just saying, if you turn down a little, you can still dance and I can play. If you don't turn down, then I can't play. So maybe we can work something out. But he wouldn't even, he would just speak over me. So I was like, all right, why don't you just tell me that you don't want to hear what I have to say? Just say it. Just tell me to shut my mouth. And then I started to wig out. Like, and there were a lot of people in the fountain area, and I was yelling, like, freaking out. I was like, anybody who's got a speaker, let's just all turn out the speakers. Let's get them all up, 100 speakers, that we can just make a bunch of noise and fuck the whole thing up. And I was screaming, like, really loud.
Yeah, they have 3. They can combine it. You know, it's
Oh
called.
my god.
It's called. You know, it's called this. You know.
A
You know
mistake,
this.
Probably.
You know.
It's called a mistake.
No, because he won't listen to me
La
either
bataille des
way.
musiciens.
Oh.
The battle of musicians. You know what I mean? Like the battle
Well,
of
it's a battle
philosophers.
of a musician versus technology, really.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just too loud, man.
It's not like you don't have any technology here, but I mean, I understand what you do because it's actually quite amazing what you do, and then obviously, I mean, sorry,
I don't want to be loud. I don't.
I mean, you're obviously an amazing musician. Did you go to the San Francisco College of Art up there, or where did you know
well,
what I mean?
I'm from there. I didn't
Go
go
to that
there.
college up there.
You know
I
New
mean,
England Conservatory in Boston?
Even that.
So I studied the classical.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot.
you definitely get the point that you come from that end because you know, I mean, obviously classical.
Yeah.
Classical.
Orchestra
I mean, you can read notes. You know, in fact, you
Oh,
can,
for sure.
I mean,
Believe me.
I think you could even write it down. You know.
Yeah.
You definitely know the influences that go into the music on top of it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you definitely know where, you know, like somebody would yell out and do this, do that. You could do it, you know, like those guys, you know, the violinists, the ones there, like in this little, like, you know, go a little bit up, you know, go a little bit up. You have those little lakes, you know, just a notch up, you know, from the park.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So I just decided to make a demonstration.
That's what happened.
You know. Oh, he just turned it up loud. To the note, it was. I knew it was gonna not make any difference.
even
so
more, you know.
I had 2 choices: try to reason with him, or just wig out. And I decided just wig out. And there it is, man. There it is.
Did it feel good?
It felt pretty good. It felt pretty good.
And why don't you play this in an orchestral, you know, situation? Do you see what
Normally.
I mean? Well, normally, whatever is normal. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe run to airports and all the time get a big
Oh.
check.
You mean security checks?
No, I mean a big written check, you know, because I have some friends, you know, they finish up at the, you know, that conservatory there, like the good one, you know, the ones that go a little bit down, or the one below, where you have the top music schools of the United States. It's like,
Oh, Lincoln Center?
no,
Like
yeah, underneath that one.
Juilliard?
Juilliard, yeah, I have a
Yeah.
friend who's violinist, Juilliard. Oh my God, she gets, you know, already,
Oh, yeah.
not only plenty of support, by the way, composition honestly in America. She's from there, Chinese American, and violin is just like her sidekick, and she writes on top of it, on the side. You know what I mean? And they not only take in so much money for all these other things.
Yeah.
That they don't even come here. Basically, they circulate in a community of indoor environments like this. You get a point?
Yeah, yeah.
$500 an evening.
Location is important. Now,
Yeah,
I'm here for ambiance.
I mean,
You know
I
what
get
I
the
mean?
point. I'm here also just to not get killed by the lonely life. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That can be deadly.
That is definitely so just go out in fresh air in the evening, do your work a little bit as an artist, and then just listen, talk randomly to people you meet in the night. You know what I mean? So at least you talk to somebody. Not only listening to NPR.
Oh, NPR? Oh, no.
RFI, non? En plus, si j'aimerais bien changer la langue, I mean, like in case I want to change the dial, I could go basically 12 dials. including Chinese and Japanese, and then the entire spectrum of, you know what I mean, whatever shit comes out, for me all good. Because I also have to even fly soon again, but I mean currently no desire to fly to Europe because Zoom, have you heard of Zoom? Of course you have. Zoom teaching, just to make ends meet, because you don't want to be homeless. Because you know I have to be my own father, unfortunately. Everybody there. But what drives you in the street? Sorry, I talked so much.
Oh, why am I here?
Yeah, like why didn't you pursue more of the academic?
Well, I did, and I freelance gigged in the city for like 3 years, playing with many different orchestras, just doing that, and I have my project here. This is my personal creation, and for many years I did not do this, and then the pandemic happened, so all the gigs stopped. They all stopped. So I had been meaning to do this for a long time. Like I need to come back and do this, and this space right here. I mean, tonight there's really nobody here, but some nights there are people. You know, you hang around here.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes there's people. So it's really, the pandemic shut everything down, and then it became like a catalyst for me to return to my music. And this is the place that called to me.
I mean,
it's perfect for the music that I make.
There's no second one in town. There aren't.
Yeah, this is a special space.
This is like the fucking best one.
Most definitely.
Because not even in Brooklyn do they have anything like this. No. I mean,
this is like 19th century craftsmanship.
I get the point.
Yeah.
And you know the architect of it. Did you know the architect?
I don't.
It's actually an interesting guy that made a lot of parks here.
Did a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, he created that park, and he created one even in Harlem. And Almstead, I think is his name. I mean, I might be wrong, but I kind of studied that shit. I teach it also somehow, you know, like the jardin. That's why I'm kind of know about the jardin. Almstead, you know what? Do you really know why it is so beautiful? It's kind of really interesting. You know?
What's that?
Do you know why they made this? They made this also to, so to say, vary down, like the bourgeoisie had. I mean, that was a kind of a new kind of bourgeoisie. The bourgeoisie had to teach the lower classes how to have style. That's why so much money went into the areas that already don't need much, because already that was pretty cool here, no? But the promenade, I mean that was a concept. And that was an answer. That was an answer to the revolution. The bourgeois revolution we're going now a little bit back to France, because the French kind of, the 1848, and that, you had the bourgeois revolution. That means like kill the king, like 1889, the French Revolution, and then all the shit, and then the bourgeoisie developed, and then you had a real, like, the people really, like the workers, that did not profit from, like, then it was a huge revolution, and people, like all the farmers, all the workers, all the regular people, they started to kill randomly the bourgeoisie, and then the bourgeoisie needed to have, then they thought, we need to have like more, the troops need to come in faster. That's why we have Hausmann, Hausmannisation, that like in Paris, you start to have Hausmannisation, so the troops could come in faster. And then suddenly not, to defend. That's why all these like beautiful things, except the Le Marin, that's a special defense area, also under attack today, because, Jews never really liked, but then, it's where do they live, and, it's very complicated there. But just like here a little bit, you know how people have to come to the United States. But the point is this: housemanization was really housemanization was a project that had to be defended, because you couldn't just say, oh, we need to have the troops and we can mow down everybody who looked like you, by the way, like musicians and
Jewish?
No. Are you Jewish? I mean, oh, sorry for that. Maybe she too. Are you Jewish? Des Juifs aussi? Maybe I'm sorry
We're
for that
halfsies.
also.
Halfsies.
I mean, obviously I'm not anti-Semitic because I showed her in Fifth Avenue Jewish Museum, you know, so kind of interviewed a lot of people. I kind of wouldn't have guessed it. I mean, it kind of sometimes comes with
It's a
certain kind of-
halfsies mix.
It's you know what I mean? Like we're basically post-season, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't want to right away. I have to apologize.
That's all right. No need.
Because I got so pissed. You know, I do remember when I fell in love with a woman who looked like her, and then I met her in Greek. You know, in Greece it's called like Greece. You know, in Greece, and I went to visit her. She was like the mother of a psychologist. You know, the entire family was kind of like sent to Auschwitz. You know, I mean, definitely to the east. You know, and then I mean, she had me come. You know, hitchhiked across Europe. You know, it's like a little bit earlier, and then we needlessly had to immediately sex again, because just like music, you know, lie down in the park, you know, have immediately kind of reunion, you know, I mean, like you basically like the people, because, you know, after all, you know, in Greece, you know, the people have a different approach, you know, not necessarily young people that have like fancy books like Lacan and Freud and, you know, grew up on Adorno, because you might, she doesn't know about Adorno, you know, the philosophy of music, you know, that kind of shit, you know, I mean, like really kind of philosophically trained. And point is, I immediately was a hit with a girl, with a woman, but the family told me, I'm sorry, pack your shit, because my family, I'm sorry. It's the only people that survived. You have to go. She has to study medicine. She had to study medicine. And it was kind of painful, but, you know, we went once more up, and the next day, you know, take your things. Chambre à bonne, d'ailleurs, Chambre à bonne, definitely in a good area, I would say. So no, really on them. But then that was okay. I was very young, you know. But I went back, I studied, and then who supported me? Toujours les Juifs, les collecteurs Juifs, toujours parmi eux qui m'ont sponsorisé. I mean, the people, kind of biggest collectors, Jewish, always, also French, by the way. Salomon, maybe their name, you know. They kind of famous because they saved so many out of Switzerland, they saved so many Jews, you know, like during those times, you know, when even France was kind of collaborating. And then I kind of really know the entire history of French and Beta and the entire thing, you know. So kind of interviewed quite some people also from that diaspora. Basically pretty familiar with the entire trade, and then psychoanalysis is also what I studied quite a bit, even with Jacques Miller, which is basically, you know, he's a Lacanian, you know, because the French have to be more Freudian than Freud. Meaning, do you understand? The French obviously know it always better, you know, they know everything better, even today, you understand? And then they still have, you know, the civilisation, I mean, they have this mission civilisatrice, you know, and I was kind of also entered into the park, and the Americans took it up, but today a completely different interpretation, you know, because you will not see somebody who goes out and say, you know, basically, people help here.
Some of them.
No. I mean, she's already helping you.
I think maybe it's...
So sorry for talking so much.
No. And
But
I just figured they made this to make something beautiful.
That's what it is.
Right.
But the beauty was supposed to enchant a sense of freedom.
Okay.
And so you know, you were supposed to walk, and that is exactly what you have in Impressionism, in all these schools, that people take an example how to live a life, a good life. And so they go to work and not to play revolution. Do you see what I mean? This is exactly what we still have today. Because look at the Chinese, look at all these people who travel the world, because they're also consumers now. Hence, they're not going to throw so quickly a bomb on us. It hasn't changed, has it? Not really. But there's constantly, exchange going on, because who is now more Jewish? I mean, the Chinese or Jewish people, but then go to Israel. I mean, I've been in Israel also, obviously, go there and then, one more time the same, how do they look, and who works, and who comes, who's liked, and then, you know what I mean? It's the same, because I'm actually also still slated to go to China soon, next year. Again, I'm supposed to go during COVID, but then, obviously COVID, but that's why, I mean, why didn't you like NPR?
Why don't I like NPR?
Yeah,
well, in a way, I was raised on NPR.
I mean, that's what I saw.
Yeah, my parents, they listen to it every fucking day. So driving to school, I listen to NPR. Like, I got that shit deep in my mind, and then
Schaefer, no?
I got older and I sought my own information. I sought other sources, and I came to.
But
it's
was it disinformation?
It's God, how can one describe it? It's no closer to the truth. It's no closer to the truth than, say, conservative, right-wing, fundamentalist Christian ideology. It's basically just the other side of people who think that they're educated, think that they understand the mechanics of the world, but really, it's education, it's culture, it's breaking news, it's relevant facts, it's there's something you have to penetrate deeper. It did not serve that generation. Basically, NPR, when I was growing up, was speaking to a half of the generation of the baby boomers. One half was like Rush Limbaugh, conservative Christianity.
Sending money to wrong places for wrong causes.
Sure.
I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't want to take up sides in those conflicts, because, believe it or not, I paint them even. But continue. I like to hear you out.
And so I grew up listening to Fresh Air.
Oh my
and
God.
all of these things, and it's like, if you listen to it, you have the effect that you're getting relevant information, that you're getting the real story. But in actual fact, this is just something that the baby boomer generation seem to skip over, is that if you want to be informed, you gotta take the reins of the horse and you gotta pursue it on your own. It's just like, it did not serve them. It pacified them.
And how old are you now? How old are you
Oh,
now?
I'm 37.
37
I was
already.
born in
That's-
84.
In 84, wow.
Yeah.
That
So-
is like a famous story, no? The 84 story.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very important story.
But what would they say when they know what you're doing, no? After all, they know what you're doing. They're not looking for you with the FBI, no?
Well,
Are they happy you're gone, or they want you to be coming back, and maybe they're still alive, obviously, no?
who?
Your parents, no?
Oh, yeah, my parents are alive in a way. They're alive. It's like
They
their
do
bodies
really
are
well.
alive.
I get the point, they do well.
But they put in their time in their career, and they got money in return
Yeah.
to live comfortably.
Plus a mortgage and shit like that.
Exactly.
So they have to pay that also off, so that justifies
they're
why.
comfortable.
Yeah.
They are comfortable, and now they're old, and they've retired.
They want you now back to take care of stuff, no? Well, wait a bit. Soon you have to go back.
I got my mission. I got my mission.
Yeah. But I hope you have a sister who takes them care of them, or a brother. I'm sure you have a couple of children, no?
I do
Siblings?
I have a sister who
okay,
lives
good.
over there,
Yeah, you see what I mean? So you're happy to just pursue
I gotta pursue my shit.
your shape and wait a little bit until she wants you also to come a little bit down. I mean, like, wait a bit.
That's not gonna happen.
Wait a bit until she wants to also maybe pursue her career.
No, she got no
as-
ambition.
I mean, you know what I mean?
She doesn't.
I'm
not going back.
She's so young, but all 30 also. 30?
Oh, here. Oh, her.
Yeah. No, not even 26, no.
25.
25, voilà, not even 26. Also not even, you know what I mean? Aufgabe, sie hat at least 13 more than a year before she will drag you off the street in case she falls in love with you here. Because, you know what I mean, then
Drag off the
there will be at least, you know, she will maybe then have a, you know, sit over a regime of contracts, over a sound contract. I mean, like, you know, you could commercialize that stuff, by the way. You know that.
Oh, this?
Yeah, I mean, like.
This is my secret. It's my secret thing.
So what you wanna? I mean, the plan is to eventually monetize it somehow in a different way, or to not be independent. I mean, to not just take the $100 a day, or.
You're asking a conventional question to
Out.
just about the least conventional
Practice.
person.
Totally. But
yeah.
you mean that this is kind of like the most realistic one, you know, when you are like, let's say, I mean, after all, you know, I mean, I keep doing this for a long time, and then suddenly you have a lot of responsibilities, you know, and then it's kind of also very annoying when you have responsibilities. But right now you don't have them. I mean, you have just pure love, you know, and you know, I mean, they say, you know, if you're not a revolutionary beforehand, you know, don't trust somebody over 30, you know. Now, I would say it's like
Sure, they
30.
say that, but it can't be true for all of them.
Yeah, but I think you exceed your age limit, you know, I mean, like you are the new, should we say the new 30 is now 40, or is it even 50?
That's the way I feel.
Because for this guy, it's obviously a bit higher up, no? I mean, definitely older, that guy. I mean, I don't know what he did wrong and what he
Who
has.
knows?
Yeah, I mean.
Who knows? That's a very dark place.
that's what I say so too, no? But maybe he has too much alcohol in his hand. No, maybe too much the wrong drugs or something, you know, went wrong.
This is possible.
But
Highly
isn't
possible.
he? Wouldn't he be definitely a form of an illustration of an NPR discourse? Wouldn't that be possible? Like he's besides one of those fentanyl guys.
A what guy?
Fentanyl, you know.
Fentanyl. Oh,
Fentanyl,
who knows?
yeah. I
Who
mean,
knows?
Too much alcohol. Because les clochards, because in France, you know, they beautify everything. I mean, here they kind of try to put people into camps.
Yeah.
But, you know, in France it's called clochard, and they let them die. Or they, you know, come a big festival, you know, they just wiped into the Seine, you know, I mean, basically just like come bring ice breakers in winter. I mean, not ice breaker, they just wash them off. Because it's not good for tourism, you know. Then they made the plage, no? They still have those plage, you know, the nice area for the tourists. They just wash them off, and suddenly they pop up in the 20s, you know. No, I mean they pop up in the banlieue or everywhere. In fact, you know, the old one. I mean, it's interesting, you know. And then anti-Semitism on top of it. I mean, just so you understand. I mean, I'm totally against anti-Semitism, you know. But unfortunately, reality more so in France than here. I mean, you understand. Here, you just can walk around. Nobody is really openly, you know, here because you know, find here like let's just go here like do a little thing up. You know, you have an NPR story, you know, tomorrow. In France, I mean, you know what I mean. Non-stop everywhere. Really? But you can't say that. You can't even say that because then they are Africans, you know. And then there are so many. I mean, the French reality is really hardcore, more hardcore than here. Because here, they only accept what? Rich people, Arabs here versus Arabs there, you know. But then Arabs there also, I mean, depending where you look, you know. You go to the big école, you know, like in ENA, in all these ones, you know. I mean, a lot of Arabs there too. artists and those elite schools. And I happened to be in some of them also for, Edward Said, you know him? Edward Said, I mean, he knows Edward Said. He
Yeah.
knows him. That was
Yeah.
my teacher at Columbia University.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
even more so, you know what I mean? You kind of get the point. But Bouchedra, do you know Bouchedra? He was an Algerian, doesn't know. Because of course, it's called Nouveau Roman. It's called Nouveau Roman. I was at the period, it's like what you do is kind of Nouveau Roman-esque in the sense that it is basically, he wrote a book, and it's kind of, like, there's only one Nouveau Roman, and that's the fancy roman of white people, and an amazing movie, Cahiers du Cinéma, that shit, but there's another one. There's also the Algerian ones that also worked. And then one of those books was called by Bouchedra, was called La topographie idéale pour une caractérisation, pour une agression caractérisée. La topographie idéale pour une agression caractérisée. That means like the ideal topography for a characterized aggression. Ideal topography, look at this, ideal topography for a characteristic aggression. And if you go to France, they wouldn't even let you go in with this one, into the RER. Forget about it. Maybe, do you think he would let him go in? You might have to buy him a ticket. Not easy going like here, okay, just open this thing, nobody cares. In France, they jump at you, you come with a pin like that, you know what I mean? Because they would immediately think you have there at least 3 vierges. I mean, they would think you're a terrorist. They would think it's loaded with explosives or something. You don't wanna, so you would feel so much better again where she kind of grew up. I think I put her asleep now, I have to say. It's horrible. I turned the shit off here because, you know what I mean, so much so far.